Everybody, as you all know, our Furin Girls High School will merge with Furin Boys High School and become a co-ed school this year. I know it can be hard to adjust to having boys in your class, but do try to get along with them. Alright? It's a new school term, so why don't we introduce ourselves? Let's start with the boys on the left.
Sensei! Why do you say every bopty at the beginning? Do you trip over your words or something? That means your speech is imperfect. You need to start over.
Sorry? I thought no one would care. I believe your name is,
Yamabuki. Arisu Yamabuki. As a scion of the Yamabuki group who carries Japan's future on his shoulders. Perfection is one of my commitments. Also, my favorite food is peach. I know I might be a bit too perfect for you, but I look forward to your tutelage nonetheless.
Oh, you must be the one from the rumors. You sure like to talk. Well, you already waltzed up here, so why don't you carry on and introduce yourself to the class?
Oh, I'd be beyond honored to do so. You may not be able to see it, but I'm still only 99% perfect.
Huh?
To look
How
for
do
that
you
missing
even see
1%, I'll need some help from the girls. Now then, I'd like you girls to take turns and say I love you to me. Okay, what a crazy start. One of the best MCs this genre has to offer in manga and anime. But have there always been a precedent for this before? I mean, surely there has, right? Given how overdone and oversaturated the romance genre for anime has been lately, right? So a unique MC with such a personality like this is just so, it's just so refreshing to see. Maybe this is a stretch for me when I say this, but like, he's really one of the best MCs in romance. I'm not just talking about recent media, because when approaching subject matter, obviously I have to consider other MCs like, say, Ichikawa from Dangers in My Heart. No? Well, how about Hachiman from Origairu? Still no? Then how about Taiki from Blue Box? Well, people view things differently and interpret many medias at their own expense. That's the beauty of writing. To be obstructed with many meanings and executions, right? So much so that the definition and overall premise can become literal or vague. So that's why Ichikawa's dynamic in Dangers in My Heart works, yeah? I mean, it's so simple, but it's so effective. Developing characters. That's a no-brainer. But what mostly perturbed me recently is how crazy of a guy this hobo Arisu Yamabuki from Mayonaka Heart Tune is. Because unlike Ichikawa, who starts off boring and plain and has to develop and change gradually as the story progresses, he's different. He talks to talk, he walks to walk. He goes around telling everyone about how perfect he is, but he's not lying. His pride, ego, and effort for perfection makes him so compelling and well-written. He has a great start. He just starts off strong. Sure, he may come off as condescending and full of himself at first, but he's just a funny and down-to-earth dude that's always trying his best. He's a genius at everything he does, and even if he's not good at a thing or two, he'll make it a continuous effort to learn and reach his so-called perfection. God, please give me at least 1% of his confidence, and my life is yours. Well, I'm not here to spoil the entire manga, but I just like to shed some light on MCs like these. Compared to the boring, shy, dense, and completely clueless MCs out there, this guy, he knows his shit. I can't believe I'm saying this. He's locked in. So if you're ever in the mood for something that isn't ubiquitous, you should give it a try. As I lay on my bed in the dead of night, alone, your voice was my soul's solace. I want to talk to you one more time. There's something I must tell you. If I can meet you again, there's one thing I'd like to tell you.
Looks like it's just you and me again today, Arisu. Thank you for tuning in. My dear listeners, I love you.
Thank you, Apollo. I love you too. Good night.
Can I talk about my dream tonight?
Your dream?
I want to get a voice-related job.
A voice-related job? Like what?
There are all kinds of jobs out there, but I haven't decided yet. For starters, there are voice actors and announcers. Becoming a singer isn't a bad choice either. I think VTubing will grow even bigger in the future too.
I'm sure you can do it, Apollo.
Thank you.
So, chasing someone's voice. Wow, that's the premise? So the overarching narrative and plotline is to find a girl who he spent a whole year with and then suddenly vanish. And what does this man do? With nothing but his memory of her voice as his lead, he went on a goddamn venture to find her. And the lengths that this man goes to uncover the truth and find her is just honestly deserving of mad respect. Based on the small crumbs in his past conversations with her, he exactly pinpointed a school that she will go to. He is batshit crazy. So he finds a girl whose voice is the same, okay? And then another one, and another one, and another one. And then he finds out the real one is concealing her identity. So he could be any of them. Oh gee. I mean, this is the type of shit that sells the most anyways. Like, how else are you supposed to drag out a proper romance? I mean, most good shits end after 10 chapters because a healthy relationship is just not that deep. I mean, regardless, this manga still makes me feel a bit fluttery and, I mean, a sense of longing for more, for an answer to my unquenched thirst. I mean, who is Apollo and does he still like her? Will he be attuned by her charm? Will his, feelings blossom into something? Who knows? But for me, I want to know.
It felt like my heart stood still for a moment. I thought I wouldn't hear your voice ever again, Arisu. I could have never expected you'd come see me like this. I'm sorry I can't tell you that I'm Apollo right now. But I really enjoyed the 1 year we spent together. As I lay on my bed in the dead of night alone, your voice was my sole solace. I was always lamenting how few listeners I had, but the truth is, just hearing your voice was good enough for me. I was happy enough just being able to talk to you.
Sorry I took so long.
Lunch break is almost over, Ariso.
Naturally, I'm very adept at speed eating.
I want to talk to you one more time. There is something I must tell you.
Jeez, Mom, I know, okay? You got a perm.
When I said I love you, every word was meant for you and you alone.
So, this manga has been such an enjoyable read. For me, at least. The MC is funny, the main cast are developed, and they all go through their own arcs to be fleshed out. And as we go, we see more and more of this guy's ludicrous shenanigans. Keep this up, and presto, a compelling story.
God, please give me 1% of his confidence. God, please give me 1% of my confidence. And my life is yours. God.